Hey everybody, Laura and Vansh here from the TennisONE team to talk to you more about Crowd Rivals. Last time we talked to you about what Crowd Rivals is, and we promised you that we would bring you a video about contests and how to create them. So, Vansh, talk to us about what a contest is.
Sure. So a contest is two players playing against each other for a particular metric. The user has a total freedom to choose what that metric is and which player they think is going to do better in that particular area.
And remind us, what are those metrics?
Sure. So currently we have five metrics on offer for our crowd rival users. And that's aces, games won, points won, breakpoints won, and breakpoints saved.
Okay, so now that we know that, how do we actually create a contest?
Sure. So you can see here on the left, this is the first tab that you'll see when you open the TennisONE app, the Crowd Rivals tab. And this is the public contest feed. So these are the users so far who have created contests for upcoming matchups within the next 48 hours. And you can see here, if any of these are appealing to you at first glance, you can also accept them. But at the bottom, on the bottom right hand of your screen, you'll see a plus sign. And so you can click that to create your own contest.
And
And
Vansh, I'm seeing a lot of mix of ATP and WTA players on this choose screen. Can I pick whoever I want?
Yes. So you can pick whoever you want who are currently playing matches in the next 48 hours or have scheduled matches coming up. They can be ATP players, WTA players, and you can pit them against each other. So I could have a WTA player playing against an ATP player if I think that they will do well in that metric based on the opponents that they're playing and your knowledge. So you have total freedom to do that. And so for instance, if I just want to pick Elena Rybakina because she's playing tomorrow in Stuttgart, I can click that and I will see her player stats. So if you click this, you'll see these stats on the screen for their metrics.
And Vanch, what does the season average there actually stand for?
That's a good question. So their season average is based on their last 20 matches that they've played professionally. So it's not based on just 2024 or the last 52 weeks. It's based on, yeah, their last 20 across all different surfaces, continents, etc. And you can see that for all the five metrics that we have. And
Got
so
it.
once you are okay with that and you feel like this player is good to go, you can hit got it, and you can also you can choose that player and you'll just say continue, and now you have the opportunity to select an opponent.
And as you can see there, there's a bunch of ATP players. And as Vanch said, you can pick an ATP player, but let's say you wanted to choose a WTA player and you don't see them right there. You can always search for them on that search bar.
Yeah, absolutely. So for instance, tomorrow I know that Coco Gauff is playing in Stuttgart as well against a different opponent, but um, I kind of want to see how their metrics stack up against each other. So you can see here, for instance, points won, games won, aces, breakpoints won. And if you feel like, for instance, you want to look at breakpoints won because you think they will be fairly close to each other, like you can see here, their season averages are fairly close, within zero point 0.5 of each other. And if you want to pick them against each other, you can do that. So I would just hit Gauff, and now you have their breakpoint numbers right in front of you, and you can hit continue. And now you get to this main contest page, and it says you win if Rybakina has more breakpoints than Coco here.
And you can swap those two players, right? If you become uncertain who's going to have more.
Yeah, you can do that. So right now you haven't actually shared it to the public feed, so it hasn't been technically created. So if you feel like, oh, I think actually, Coco has the edge depending on who she's playing, you can hit swap, and now it'll show up like this. So
Great. Okay. And now how do I decide how much I want to spend?
so it'll always show you a default of $5, but let's say it's your first time and you feel like $5 is too much, you can always change it. So, let's say I only want to do $1 because I'm not feeling as confident. And then so I can do that and it'll just add that money to the funds that I've initially created. And I hit done. And now I think it's good to go. And I can share this to the public feed.
So once you share to the public feed, anyone, anywhere can accept that contest. But what happens if those players start playing and nobody has accepted my contest?
Good question. So if no one accepts your contest, and the match is about to start, you will get your money back. It'll essentially be a refund.
Great. And how, what if I want one of my friends to accept my specific contest? What do I do?
Yeah, so that's where you have to encourage all your friends and peers to participate and accept your contest. So I would recommend sharing it on social media, you know, reaching out to them and pointing to the first video that we did, which is what is crowd rivals and what is the concept so people can understand. And then, the more friends that you have playing, the more fun it is for you for all fans. And you can see all these contests created on the public feed if, they get accepted.
So to kind of recap what we've been talking about here, we talked to you about what a contest is and how to create one. So you are more than welcome to accept any of the contests on the public feed or create your own if you're really confident about what you're doing. And one of the things is that you don't have to choose an ATP player against ATP. You can mix that if you want. You'll be able to see the metrics, how they stack up against each other before you create a contest. And you can always change the amount that you are making a contest for. So like Vansh did, he changed it from $5 to $1 because he wasn't super confident on this particular contest. So in our next video, we'll kind of explain to you more about some of these metrics and some of the things you'll see on your screen for CrowdRivals contests. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.